Welcome to Haffbreedz podcast. We're not here to find your spirit animal. For all you people who don't want your spirit animal, sit back, relax, drink your Pepsi, eat your fry bread, and enjoy the show.
Half-breed, that's all I ever heard. Half-breed, now I learn I hate the word. Half-breed, I'm no good, they won't.
Hello. Welcome to episode 3. I am your host, Savira, and here with my co-host and husband and partner,
Yeah, it's A.
Gabe.
What?
I thought you were going to say your name. Gee.
You were introducing me, so.
Oh, I thought you were going to introduce yourself. Anyways, y'all should know us by now. This is episode 3. If you don't, then this is who we are. Let's get into it, okay?
Let's go then. Yeah.
All right. So, we had a busy weekend. We went to my sister's baby shower, her first baba, and it was fun. I love the food.
In Phoenix.
Yeah. Way to go. Shout out to my sister.
Holla.
Who will always be good at choosing foods. Stupid. I don't know.
Like the menu?
The menu. Yeah. She has some good foods there.
She's
It
a
was
menu coordinator.
Yeah.
Well, you like them cupcakes.
I love the cupcakes. The lemon, the
Nummy.
coconut, because I'm on that kick right now, those flavors. I still haven't asked where she got them. I forgot what she said. I don't know if it was her client that made them or what. But we were kind of busy, huh? I know we kept getting up during our eating.
Yeah, we were chasing around the kids, too.
Chasing kids, asking people what they need, if they needed anything, mingling, asking them, how do you know my sister? What is your relationship?
What is your intentions with my sister? They're like, what? We're just here to eat.
We're just here to eat and get some free shit. Just kidding.
Win some diapers.
And some diapers.
Some gummy worms. That's what, well, they're gummy bears, huh?
Yeah, Milo.
Milo.
Oh my God. Like everybody was saying how disgusting the gummy bears were. And Tara
Like
was,
how they tasted?
I don't know. It just,
They
you
look gross.
They do look gross. And I
They
mean,
look like they were all gonna just melt together like one big thing. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
but gummy bears, I mean, if they're there, I eat them.
You're all
Like if I'm in
nummy.
the movie theater. If they're there, but it's not like I crave gummy bears. I'm not like, oh my God, I need some gummy bears right now. But it was funny when I was talking to her earlier. She's all like, those gummy bears were good. And I was like, ew, you and Milo are the only ones who like them.
Milo will eat them. He'll eat that whole jar.
I know. Those are twins. You know that, right?
They're Tauruses.
Yeah, but they're twins. Like they're just twins. They're twinsies. I gave birth to my sister.
What?
Those two.
Mhm.
Oh, the world would be so boring without those two. Anyways, yeah, Phoenix all in all I think was fun. I'm glad we made it back safely and that we didn't break down on the way, even though we did have a little mishap at the car wash in Phoenix.
Oh, what happened?
You were there. I thought I turned or I left on the truck and I didn't.
No, you thought you turned it off, but you left it on.
No, I thought it was on. The motor was on because the music was on. So I didn't know I turned it off and left the music on.
Oh yeah. So the battery died. We just got a jump, and then we made it back.
Yeah. A really nice guy helped us out and we got it going again. And then here yesterday it just clunked out again.
Same thing happened, except not with leaving the the car on, just the battery just died.
I know. I'm glad it didn't happen to us on our way back, but we made it back safely. We got a new battery, so we're on the road again. I love that truck. I don't want to sell it. And the thought of me selling it is making me sad, but I feel like we need to sell it.
Let's just wreck it and get the insurance.
I know, huh? Speaking of controversies, we have an episode for you today. We are going to be talking about Killers of the Flower Moon. So there will be some spoilers. We're trying not to ruin it that much, but there are going to be some spoilers. Spoiler alert. Thanks for your little sound effect. But yeah, we're going to be talking about that. Oh, one little thing I want to get out of the way about Phoenix is the Dutch Bros. Let's talk about Dutch Bros.
Oh.
I talked about that last time.
The broistas.
Last time, I think in our last episode, I did mention Dutch Bros and how I was just irritated with
their combo?
Yes. And then after going to Phoenix, I was like, I missed them and I appreciate that. And I'm sorry for talking shit.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
No. So of course we got to get our Dutch Bros fix wherever we go. And Phoenix does not do flavored toppings.
Soft top
foams, which is easy to do. You squirt some coconuts. We like coconuts. So you squirt some syrups in the whip part or soft top part, and you got your flavored soft top, right, babe?
That's all you gotta do. But they're like,
do.
We don't believe in that in these parts.
Yeah, 2 different Dutch Bros in Phoenix were like, no, we don't do that. And I was just like, what? Why? So when I was trying to explain that to them, they were still like, no. Which I was like, you know what? Whatever, fine. Just give us our fucking coffee. And then, did you find that the coffee tasted funny to you? It just tasted different, huh?
Yeah, it tasted different. It was okay, but I like it better here.
I
in
do
ALC.
too. Yep. Good old Las Cruces, who makes it perfect. Every
Perfect
time.
soft top.
But I thought it was funny that last Dutch Bros we went to in Phoenix, they just like spit whipped cream.
Just pooped out whipped cream and it was the soft top, but it was just like blopped in.
Yeah, that was funny. I was laughing because if it were me, oh hell no, I would have been like, "Excuse me, make me another drink."
And I'm just like, thank you.
Yeah, you are
Nice.
accepting. Sometimes I can complain a lot, but it just ends up arguing because nothing gets done. So I'm just like, oh, fine, Dan.
I just think if you argue about that and they're like, all right, we'll make you another drink. And then they're going to spit in it or something in the back.
I don't
And
know.
then they'll record on TikTok and put it in and you'll be drinking it and you'll be all nummy. And then you'll find out later, you'll see it on TikTok and then
I don't know. You see them make the drink. I think I know how to make a Kokomo at home. I'm just too lazy.
yeah, we can make better coffee than that.
I don't know. I think we got used to the Dutch Bros Kokomo. But Elsie, I do appreciate your conversations in the morning. I will not take them for granted anymore. They were kind of rude in Phoenix too, huh, babe?
Yeah, they were. And then they're
They
like,
weren't
it's
nice.
totally optional if you want to leave a tip. Totally optional. You know?
No.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. If you want to leave a tip, I guess, but they make enough money. They don't need a tip. I think, and I've applied there. I haven't gotten a job there. I want to learn how to make coffee.
It's easy.
We need a espresso
Espresso machine?
espresso machines.
Dang, you'll be all wired.
I know, huh? What's that character's name in South Park? Tweak. Yeah. Be like Tweak. Anyways, anything else about Phoenix you want to point out?
No, but we did watch Killers of the Flower Moon there.
We did. One more thing about Phoenix. Remember, what was what was the big headache?
Oh, they closed to 10.
They closed the 10, they closed the 60, they closed all the fucking freeways.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So annoying. I feel like just driving took up most of our time, and we didn't even get to spend much time there. So the freeways are bullshit being shut down.
Yeah, that just added more drive time.
Oh,
At least an hour more.
I know going into it was like 2 hours more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, let's talk about killers.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Killers at the Flower Moon. So we decided, well, Gaby finally finished the audiobook. Dang.
That guy reads slow.
I know, huh? I read faster. Kidding. But he finally finished it. And what'd you think of the book?
The book was good.
Tell me what you liked about it, or what did you learn?
I learned a lot. The book seemed more... It was more scandalous, that's for sure. It covered a lot more than the movie, of course. But... yeah, I liked the research was excellent.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. And then, are we talking about characters? Are we talking about people?
Is there something that you wanted to talk about that's book related?
Book related, yes.
Okay. So did you want to give overall? Okay. So basically this is just like one family story.
The Burkharts.
Right. And during this reign of terror that the Wajaji went through, am I pronouncing it right? Wajaji?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not Wajaji, but I think it is a Wajaji.
Yeah, I think that's what I heard. That there were over 400 were murdered during that time, and nobody gave a shit. I just think even present day, with what's going on in the world, it just continues to prove to me that the world does not give a shit about indigenous peoples at all. Nothing. Genocide is happening right before our eyes. It's in the media. I think it's been going on for us since, the 1400s. And nobody has given a shit then. They don't give a shit now. I feel like reservations, those little bit of land that were forced upon, are the modern day concentration camps, but we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about how that's in relation to just how that further perpetuates that genocidal ideology, because it does. I mean, we're constantly fighting for water rights. And the thing that's going on in the Middle East, that's just, I think seeing the carnage makes it all the more real, the more sad. It just makes it to where we look at our own people and what we've been through and what they've gone through and the things that they've seen. So, anyways, what do you think, babe?
About?
Do you agree? You're just kind of like sitting there.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you listen to anything that I said?
I dozed off for a second.
Oh my God, you butthead.
I was listening. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, so during the Reign of Terror, a little over 400, probably more.
Probably way more, but
yeah, for sure.
Poisonings, bombings, shootings, stabbings.
Right? And this was like not even 100. Well, it was actually 100 years ago, but I'm thinking of something else. What am I thinking of, babe? No, don't look at me like that. I'm not thinking nasty.
You're thinking nasty.
Stupid. I don't think my brain has that much of the capability to be talking about serious issues and to be thinking nasty.
Good.
I know. That's iconic. So anyways, Killers, is just focuses mainly on the Burkhart family, and it doesn't I guess it does focus in the book. It focuses on other atrocities. Did I say that right? Atrocities.
Mm-hmm.
Of others too. I think they touch base on it. I think it was just overwhelming for the author when he was doing his research. You could tell towards the end of the book, like, how he was just like overwhelmed by all this bullshit. But what it comes down to is the obvious. As Pocahontas' father said in the Disney film Pocahontas, these white men are dangerous.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's start with you, babe. What did you name some of the things that should we talk about what we liked about the film, since there isn't that much?
Well, we could talk about both, but for me, the film, like right when it started,
You fell asleep.
the oil shot out, and then the Osage were all dancing in the oil,
Dumb, yeah.
and I'm like, they weren't like all like, oh, I hope we got oil or something. It just seemed dumb, and I know that wasn't from the book, of course, but yeah, that visual, I could see Scorsese like, yeah, let's have him do that, but that didn't make any sense to me. It was weird.
I agree. Like, I don't think there is any story in history, because indigenous peoples have been here for thousands, tens of thousands of years, and I'm pretty sure they've come across some oil. I don't think they'd be dancing in it. They're probably like, yucky.
Yeah, this is gross. Yeah, not dancing in it. But in the, was it in the movie where it said Osage were the happiest people on earth?
I think that was kind of both.
Yeah. And
They did. Yeah, both.
yeah.
And you're talking about pre-oil, right?
Yeah, that was way pre-oil. The happiest people on earth, because they didn't owe anything to anyone. They just lived on the land, and they were a part of the land.
Well, this in the late 1800s, they kind of occupied the Midwest. So they occupied, if you remember, Kansas, Missouri, anywhere else, just like the plains. They were Plains Indians.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And the Civil War happened. More whites came across in search for land, so of course they shoved them onto that northern part, small portion of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's kind of like where they put all the Native American tribes. What's that sound?
Napoleon.
What is she doing? Where is she at?
She's scratching something.
Oh my God.
Oh, she's trying to get out.
Where? Oh God. Or did she get out? This cat, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Our little res cat. So what was I talking about, babe? God damn it. Stupid cat missed my train of thought.
Wajaji.
Babe, look, there's an ant. Can you get it? I don't know how that happened. So the Wajaji, we were talking about how they were forced onto that little land of Oklahoma, or that little portion of northern Oklahoma. So can you imagine just the roundabout that happened when you're forcing someone off their original homeland? It's sad because they have to leave, like, the people they buried there, their loved ones. And it's kind of hard to do, right? It's just sad. I know every tribe has their own traditions and burying their loved ones and how they speak of the dead, or if they don't, like in our tribe, we don't really speak of it, or we shouldn't. A lot of people do still hold on to those traditions. We don't have we're not supposed to have marked graves. But
yeah, same with Hopi. They don't mark them.
yeah. I kind of think that's better though, because you are returning the body back to the earth and you just kind of got to leave it. Then you got these archaeologists who dig people up, mainly indigenous peoples. But anyways, it's just sad that they had to be like uprooted and then they're forced onto this little bit of land. And this is all history. This ain't no spoiler because this is part of history. It should be taught in schools, but as we all know, they don't teach that in school. And the fact that when they moved them onto that small reservation, they did come across gold. And the people who noticed it,
Black gold,
was, of course, white people. Because you had your white people who had the trading posts. Remember, they were in charge of that?
Mm-hmm.
And it just gives me a whole new, like, insight on just like how they did their bidding for Native Americans. Like, it was like,
Yeah, it was all set up. They were all working together.
it was like the medium. No, I'm talking about trading posts, babe. Like, even here on our tribe, it's like the medium, right? Like natives couldn't sell their stuff outside of the reservation. They had to use a trading post to sell their crap. Sorry, not crap. Their stuff. And they had to pretty much use the white man to do their bidding for them. It's just the same concept.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, that's how it kind of started. And the owner of the trading post on the Wajaji reservation, the new Osage reservation, wasn't he the one that noticed it on the hill?
Oh, the gold?
Yeah.
Or the black gold?
Yeah.
I
I think it was him. It says that in the book. I think it was him that noticed it on the hill. And just started telling everybody.
He noticed the Osage dancing in the oil?
Yeah, I noticed that. They all were just dancing, having a grand old time like it was
A black t-shirt contest.
like it was I was going to say slip and slide.
Yeah, that'd be real slippery.
Mud was a mud fight?
Mud wrestling.
Mud wrestling. Mud fights. But that's what they noticed, and then word spread, and they became the richest tribe per capita.
The richest people, yeah, per capita in the world.
In the world, yeah. Thanks for that correction.
Yeah, they made some money. In the book, it showed pictures of the town, like before and after the oil, and then even after the oil later. But it grew crazy.
And I think you can find those too. If you go out and visit that area, maybe just check out the museum.
In Oklahoma?
In Oklahoma on the Osage County. It has a lot of historical references of before and after. And a lot of that was donated to the museum, and it's run by the Osage people. So I think that's good. It's not stolen like what most museums do. But yeah, if you're ever in the area, I would probably recommend checking it out. As a matter of fact, when you go into any area, any place you go to, it's really good to do the indigenous research. You know that's Indian land. You know Native Americans occupied that land before colonization. It didn't start with white people, folks. And it's just best. I think that's when we go anywhere, that's what we do, right, babe?
Yeah, like our trip to DC.
Oh, yeah. That was fun.
We checked out all the indigenous. Well, we went to the Smithsonian. And then what were the other? There were some other locales.
There's this app called Indigenous DC. So if you want to download, if you ever take a trip out to DC and just pretty much follow the trail, it really gives good insights. It was fun going to see the Declaration of Independence, and we weren't allowed to take pictures in there, but we held up our merciless Indian savage sign because that's still in the Constitution today. And I'm going to keep saying that.
In the Declaration?
Well, yeah, it's part of the Constitution. The Declaration of Independence. I bet there's other shit too. That's maddening. Of course there is. So what else about the movie that
Well,
didn't like?
in the
Or like-
movie, Ernest Burkhart was
Ernest?
he was just a driver, and he was driving Molly around, and Molly just falls in love with him just 'cause he drives her around. That was kind of weird in the movie.
Do you think in every major film that they have to put some sort of love plot in there?
It's usually
I think I had okay, so Jesus Christ. I just felt like the whole film was underrepresented for one. But Scorsese could have at least tried. Who did Dances with Wolves? Who directed that? Do you remember?
Kevin Costner. Just kidding.
He showed in it.
Stands with a Fist. She directed it.
Oh, okay. Was she a half-breed?
Yes, she was. She's all Samana Tanka Wachimayelo.
It's the only Lakota you know. You love saying that.
It's fun.
It's fun. Let me see who directed it. Where do you find
Who
that?
directed it?
Who directed it?
You just put who directed it.
Who? But that was kind of. I think that was a good representation, even though they had a big name,
Oh, white name. Yeah.
like a big. I mean,
Kevin Costner.
yeah, Kevin Costner. That's what I mean. Is there a Wikipedia?
Yeah, for sure. Dances with Wolves came out in 1990.
Oh, you're right, babe. It was directed by Kevin Costner.
Yeah, told you.
Did you really know that? How come I didn't?
You thought it was Stands with a Fist. Graham Greene was in that one,
I
and he was
know.
in Reservation Dogs.
I
so it was cool to
know.
see him.
I know.
Since you were talking about Martin Scorsese, the end of the movie he does this monologue, and I know he was being sincere talking about it, but why put yourself in your own movie talking? He should have put an Osage in there,
Or The Descendant.
or even Molly or someone talking about it, not him saying like these people were taking advantage. Like, duh.
Right.
We just watched the movie, and now we have the director's cut, like him up there talking about what the people went through, and yeah, it was just weird.
By the way, audience, this is a major spoiler alert. We're talking about the whole fucking movie here. I think it's fine because the movie, for one, sucked, and you'll be wasting your 3.5 hours. It's just passing the time. So if you want to waste 3.5 hours of your life watching the movie, go for it. You can form your own opinion on it. But we highly recommend the book. It gives way more information. Just the research involved, right, babe?
Yeah, and we will post the book on our website, so you'll have a link so you can get it there.
Yeah, do it. But yeah, it was highly unrepresented. Unrepresentative of the Osage people. I am at a loss for words this morning.
I thought they were gonna show it from Molly's perspective, and the movie seemed like it was from Ernest's.
And do you think it was
perspective.
because it was big name Like,
yeah, for sure.
because it was Leonardo DiCaprio, because it was Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, yeah. Hale.
Bobby was way too old to play William Hale.
Oh, yeah.
He's like
He's in his late 80s right now?
mid 80s. I don't know. He just had a baby. Ugh.
His spermie's still working.
Who would sit on him?
Oh, there's a bunch of people. Martin Scorsese would.
So sick. And when his bones break, oh, old. You would think they're spewing out dust, but I guess one made it.
Oh, De Niro's 80 years old.
Is he? I thought he was 85.
I thought he was 87.
Well, he might as well be 85.
Might as well.
Didn't he seem way older in The Irishman?
Yeah, so did Joe Pesci. Like,
Oh my gosh, it's wild, isn't it?
yeah.
That's a Scorsese film.
Yeah, it is. And that's 3.5 hours long, too.
You know what is funny about that I've noticed about Scorsese's film now is that it's longer.
Like all his films or?
No, just like now.
Okay.
Like it's a lot longer than what they used to be. Do you think it's because of his age? Like, you know how it takes a while for an old person to tell their story?
No, well, I think it's because of his name, and he gets a bigger budget now, so now he can just keep going.
He can
Like-
shoot the shit like what he did in Killers.
Yeah, well, he
Christ.
could have done it like a miniseries, like on HBO or something, and it probably would have been way better and more in depth.
There's a thought.
But like he directed. Have you seen Boardwalk Empire?
I only saw a couple episodes. I really wanted to finish it, but I never did. But
It's
he
pretty
directed
good.
that?
No, he directed a few episodes from that series, but not
damn.
not a lot.
Oh, that's cool.
But I think that would have been better.
Didn't
As far as the time, he could have just gone even longer, 12 hours. Or...
I need to do some research on this, but wasn't there a lot of different directors for Reservation Dogs, like the episodes? I'm wondering if they used different. I think they did.
Yeah, I think they did.
Indigenous writers and directors. That's what I liked about it. And
I like how they use words and language from all different tribes. It wasn't just one tribe.
right. And I think like a lot of people can complain about how well they should have used a Navajo, or they should have used a real
Zuni.
a real Osage, and I'm using colonized names here. I'm sorry, but you know what? Like in Dark Winds,
Mhm.
what's that guy's name? The main character. I'm so bad.
Big?
Yeah, Big. That's a character in Reservation Dogs. We need to do our research here. Oh my gosh! Before we talk about this, anyways, the main character in Dark Winds. I put Reservoir Dogs. I meant to put Reservation Dogs.
Tim Roth, he
Tim Roth. Reservation Dogs. Well, he at least tries. I know he's not the net, but he does.
he's got
speak it.
skinny braids.
He speaks something in Reservation Dogs.
Yutty.
Yutty. Who is that? Was that Adam Beach?
That was Adam Beach and Wind Talkers.
Mm.
Yutty.
Oh, Zahn McLaren. That's his name. That's Zahn. Like John. Just kidding.
Like Za Begay.
Yeah, exactly.
Peterson Za.
No, he at least tries, and I really appreciate that because you're getting the language out there. You're at least trying. Navajo is really hard to learn. It's really hard to speak it. And we'll talk about that in future episodes of how the language, how we get laughed at and how it's discouraging. But anyways, at least we're trying to keep it alive. But back to the movie, back to the unrepresentation. They could have been better represented the Washaji people. I think that being Scorsese, you would have thought, oh, he did his research. He read the book. But after watching the movie, that was like an obvious no. That was disappointing.
I'm sure he had like a whole team of people, but I don't know.
Talking in his ear.
I don't know why he went that route. And then, I wanted to bring up the music in the movie.
Oh,
The
the twang. I like it, but it just doesn't. It doesn't.
It was just too
go.
much. It was too much too. It was like during while the people were speaking, it was still going.
Like
through the whole movie.
They had to fill the silence. I like silence sometimes. Yes, that's part of silence.
Break the silence and break wind.
Yeah, that music didn't go. I need to find out who scored that.
Oh yeah, I was gonna look that up too.
I love the blues. I love twang, but for that situation, maybe they did. That was all they listened to in the 1920s. Maybe that was something they could relate. I know for once, my great-grandmother, I was told, my mom would tell me stories about how my great-grandmother would.
She would what?
I'm just listening to people talking outside her window. How she would turn on the radio to Elvis, and she'd be like dancing to it, and she'd be like, I like rock and roll. And grandma would be all embarrassed by her and tell her to sit down, and she'd entertain the grandkids, like my mom, by her dancing.
Shaking her
She
hips.
sounds so cool. Just sad that she was plagued with the drink, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we used to pick her up, like on the side of the road, and she would smell, and she would hug me, and I could smell it through her sweat. But she sounded really cool. Mom really loved her. Mom loved her grandma. But anyways, what was I looking up? Oh, the music.
Composer?
Killers.
The Killers did it? Mr. Bryson.
You know what's annoying?
I'm
While I'm looking this up, is that people watch this movie and they're like, "Oh my god, it's so fucking good. It's so great. It's so awesome. You gotta see it."
I haven't seen or heard that yet. But
Really? I've seen it everywhere.
yeah, I have. I just heard like the best, I guess the most positive one so far was Douglas Miles saying this is groundbreaking and Martin Scorsese is a big deal and he's representing us and Osage, and I'm like, not really.
I don't think. Who's representing who? What? Say that one more time, babe.
That Martin Scorsese did a good job.
Wouldn't representation be like having the people do it?
Represent themselves, yeah, instead of just talking about them.
Okay, so the score was done by Robbie Robertson. I'm all laughing.
First thing.
I don't know why that's funny to me. He is a Canadian musician. I want to know if he's indigenous. He's 80 years old.
Cool.
Wait, is he really 80?
So he knows the real music during that time, so it's authentic.
He's 80 years old. He does the blues. Oh my gosh, get this. He is indigenous. She was his mother was Cayuga, and Mohawk, raised on the Six Nations of the Grand River Reserve, southwest Toronto. It sounds like he's a half-breed. Dun, dun, dun.
Hey, Haffbreedz.
But he became a fan of rock and roll and rhythm and blues. I'm not like trying to say like that music was bad. That music was great. But did it fit the movie? No.
Not through the whole movie. He could have played.
Here and there.
Yeah.
But get John Williams to do it. That way we could feel something. That way we could cry. No. Yeah, I'm not saying that it was bad. It just didn't go with the movie. There was hardly any Native American music. And I know you had to know that the Osage got together in the Indian Council, that there had to been some ceremonial music.
Some drums.
Yeah, some drums at least.
Bust out the drums. They only
Some
did it a
flute.
couple times during the movie. One was at the beginning when they're dancing in the oil.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, wasn't it?
And then at the very end, they had that circle, the drum circle.
Right. But yeah, I didn't like the music. Just the fact that they were underrepresented. It would have been better if Scorsese actually spent time with the Osage Wajaji people, with the Wajaji tribe. And that takes some time to do. It was definitely rushed. Like, you gotta be there for at least 6 months.
Read the book.
That too. That probably would have been helpful. He could have spent time with the descendants. You have to understand that still affects the descendants, like the family, to this day. That's called generational trauma. And we still feel the effects of those same traumas to this day. I know I'm still going through it because my mother was the last generation for the boarding school and the why can't I say that stupid word? Atrocities on the reservation in regards to boarding schools. She was the last of that generation to be forced to do that. And just hearing the horror stories of what those nuns did. There are pictures of her as a class, like with her brothers, her cousins, their heads shaved off. Her hair was braided, just being in uniform, and just hearing her stories of how those nuns used to whoop her ass all the time. That's scary. And I know she was traumatized by that. And in turn, they didn't know how to deal with that and passed on that trauma. But anyways, back to Scorsese. If he would have spent time with the family or even let them tell the story, it could have been done. It could have been done in a way where he could have endorsed it. A lot of people with that power, that money, that notoriety can endorse things like that. Kind of like what Taika did with Reservation Dogs.
Yeah, he was a producer.
Why couldn't he have done that? And then it could have been under the direction of even a student film, Indigenous students filming. Just being able to hear it from them and for them to be telling their story. That would, I always think you're talking, but it's not you.
And if you even look at the movie poster, like, DiCaprio's face is all big on it, and then Robert De Niro's on there, and like that just shows right there like what the movie's about.
Yeah. Lily Gladstone, she did a good job, I thought, representing Molly. But we're talking about giving Molly Burkhart that credit, that story, giving us the story. And she did a really good job. So I hope she wins an Oscar or gets nominated for one. That'd be cool. I think she's half-breed too, babe. Yeah, I looked it up. I have to agree too. I saw from an Osage's point of view, I think I posted it on Instagram, about he felt like that he said something about how it's not love. Like, it was portrayed as a love story between Ernest and Molly. And when you're in a relationship, an abusive relationship like that, which let's tell it how it is, it really was abusive. It really was manipulative. And it really was common for, I mean, even in this day and age, we talk about missing and murdered Indigenous women, violence against Indigenous women. That's pretty common. And that story between Ernest and Molly was highly manipulative, highly abusive. He had one goal and one goal only, which was to take the money. Mm-hmm. He was, God, he was a coward. I can't stand cowards. They're just, ugh, they're so, makes me mad. And you should be mad. But he was more of a coward. The research done on him, a lot of people have said what a coward he was. In
the book, you mean?
Yeah, in the book. But in the movie, he's portrayed as this thug. Like, he did all these like robberies and stuff, and I'm pretty sure he did, but it doesn't really talk about that in the book. I wouldn't be surprised. But for him to initiate that, oh wait, he did. Remember when he got released in the book?
Oh, in the beginning?
No. Okay, so this is all history. This is all done on the research. He got out of jail, remember, and then he went back to jail because he robbed somebody. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, well, he did, and it says that in the book. So I don't know if he did that before. I feel like he kind of had an agenda. He just came to Oklahoma and was like, you know what? I'll marry me an Osage. That was kind of the big deal, right? That was the thought of many whites was to get with an Osage.
Yeah, they just flocked into Osage country
in hopes to marry an Osage. Get some money. Why can't we be born in that tribe? I think that's where the whole checks idea came from. You know how like a lot of people have that stereotype like, oh, you guys get checks every month.
Oh, yeah, that and the casinos. Oh, you guys got casinos, you probably get checks.
You said that, Res, wait.
If we get the checks, then we'll go to casino then.
I don't, it's the non-natives who tell us that.
Go get your check then.
They don't say it like that. They say, go get your checks. Don't you get some checks every month?
These dang Indians just get checks from their casinos.
They just get money every month. And we're sitting here. Where's our money? Someone said that to me at the university once when we were doing a group project.
Really?
Yes. And she was like, she was saying, she was on it. She was just like talking about.
She was on what? On your
She was like on a roll.
Oh.
And I think there was a lot of us who wanted to be a leader in that group. And she was going on and talking about how, yeah, Native Americans, because, you know, they get checks every month. And I just kind of look at her and I'm like, sorry to interrupt, but actually, like Salem does.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I haven't got a check.
Exactly. I was
Jonathan Nez is all, the check is in the mail.
We got one check.
One check for like a couple $100.
One check that everybody, I don't think anybody has that hardship money now. That was dumb. That's another story, huh, babe? Another episode.
Another episode.
For another day. But I think that's where the check idea came from. That's what my opinion is
From the Osage.
from that whole era and what had happened. There isn't much drilling going on the reservation now.
Yeah, they said they get like 15 barrels a day, which to me sounds like a lot, but I guess it's not. It's hardly anything.
That's for each derrick, right? Or
I think it's the whole thing now, like the whole what's
combined?
left. Yeah.
That's interesting to know. But yeah, it's good to listen to other people from the tribe, what they think about the movie. I don't think a lot of them are happy about it. I know as an indigenous person, I wasn't too happy about it. But Devery Jacobs, who plays Elora Danny on Reservation Dogs. Did I say her last name right? Elora Danny?
Mm-hmm. Alora from Willow.
From Willow. That's funny. I like how they put that in the episode. That was really funny. I like her too. Anyways, she posted something on her. I follow her. And she posted something on her Instagram story about her thoughts of the movie. Not sure. I mean, I'm sure she obviously just by looking at what was that?
That's computer noise.
Okay. Whoa. Obviously she knows the history of the Wajaji and the Reign of Terror. I think if you're indigenous, you kind of already know stories, so it's not a surprise. It's just how people tell it. And it's funny when people, all of a sudden discover it. Kind of like what we did. I think in the back of my mind, I always heard something about it, but I never like really dove into it.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But we did dive into it. And with the book, we'd read along and we'd be like, what? Like, that's crazy. And then the movie, and I was just watching it, I wasn't like, oh, that's crazy. Or not because I already knew, but the book was just way better.
Yeah. I liked how Devery Jacobs explained that she was talking about how painful it was watching like reimagining those traumas happening again. You know, the murders, the actual murders and stuff. And just reliving them. I don't know. I think what she said about, gosh, she says a lot. I don't even know if I should just read it.
Yeah, if it's posted, you can read it.
It's kind of long. So I'll just
paraphrase.
maybe read some excerpts. Except the SERPs. Let's see. Okay, Devery. All right, so she talks about being indigenous. Watching this movie was literal fucking hellfire. Her words. So it says, imagine the worst atrocities committed against your ancestors and then having to sit through a movie explicitly filled with them, with the only respite being 30-minute long scenes of the murderous white guys talking about and planning the killings. So yeah. While all the performances were strong, if you look proportionally, each of the Osage characters felt painfully underwritten, while the white men were
Leo and Bobby.
Oh man, were given way more courtesy and depth. I think that goes to what that other guy was saying.
Mm-hmm. And that other guy, I forgot his name, but he was a consultant on the movie too.
Yeah. So their story was kind of exaggerated too. Says, I can understand that Martin Scorsese's technical direction is compelling, and seeing $200 million on the screen is a sight to behold. Well, yeah, Scorsese. She also says that I understand the goal of this violence is to add brutal shock value that forces people to understand the real horrors that happen to this community. But she goes on to say, I don't feel that these very real people were shown honor or dignity in the horrific portrayal of their deaths. I agree. They highly disrespected Anna Brown's body. That was beyond.
You mean in real life?
In IRL, yeah.
Yeah. The doctors, huh?
It's like no surprise that they don't have respect for us, but to reach that level of barbarianism. Thank you, babe. I don't know what's so wrong with me today. It's a whole nother level.
Whole nubba level.
It's gross.
Well, those doctors, they talked about them more in the book, huh?
Yeah.
And those were the guys giving all the poison out to everyone so they could poison all the Osage. And then they were the ones conducting like the autopsies and messing up like all the evidence, everything. They would just destroy the corpse so the FBI couldn't even find anything out. It was
a lot of white people got away with the atrocities during this reign of terror. And yeah, they were one of the ones who got away. But it's so gross. They don't, like I said, they don't give a shit about indigenous peoples. Nobody does. They think we're animals. They think we're savages. We're not one to be respected for anything, not even in death. And that's disgusting. But anyway, she was talking about that. Contrarily, she also says that she believes that by showing more murdered Native women on screen, it normalizes the violence committed against us and further dehumanizes our people. Well, that's just what's happening right now. I think I discussed that a bit earlier about how it still happens today. Violence against Native women, murdered and missing indigenous women. That's a big thing that nobody really talks about. Nobody really cares. And she goes, and to top it off, to see the way that film nerds are celebrating and eating this shit up, it makes my stomach hurt. That's what I'm talking about. Haffbreedz podcast, I left in the comments on Rotten Tomatoes how horrible that film was. So I gave it about 2 stars out of the 5.
out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that too.
We'll talk about that in a minute. She goes on to say, she goes, if I had to see one more dead Indian crying, dead or crying, I can't believe it needs to be said, but indigenous people exist beyond our grief and trauma and atrocities. Our pride for being Onquehon. I'm so sorry, Devery Jacobs, if I said that wrong. Or being Dene. Our languages, cultures, joy, and love are way more interesting and humanizing than showing the horrors white men inflicted upon us. Very true. This is the issue when the non-native directors are given the liberty to tell our stories. They center the white perspective and focus all on native people's pain.
Yep, that's true.
So for the Osage, she goes on to say, for the Osage communities involved in creating this film, I can imagine how cathartic it is to have these stories and histories finally acknowledged, especially on such a prestigious platform like this film. There was beautiful work done by so many Wajaji on this film. But admittedly, I would have preferred to see a $200 million movie from an Osage filmmaker telling the history any day of the week. I agree. Even with a little less budget, I still think it would have been better. When you say?
Yeah, it would have. It would have represented Osage way more.
I can name like Drunktown's Finest, right? Have you seen that movie yet?
No, I haven't.
That was done on a low budget. How about that Fry Bread movie? What's it called, babe? Even more than Fry Bread?
More than Fry Bread.
More than, which, guess what, folks? Gaby's brother has like a cameo in it. It's pretty funny.
We went to watch the movie and we were with him and I saw him in the movie. I'm like, what? I looked at him and he's all laughing. Like, oh, he's in the movie with the Tonka means.
That movie is so funny. That movie is so great. I know their budget was like not that much. And the twins, remember we see them at Cold Street?
Oh yeah, day and night.
I'm like, oh my gosh, they're waitresses there. I don't know if they're still waitresses there.
I don't think so.
But just to see them even at Cold Street, it's just like really cool. And I don't want to be like, like a.
Can I have your autograph?
I know. I don't want to be imposing because I know they're working.
You don't want to throw Fry Bread at them?
I kind of do. I'm just kidding.
They're like, not again.
Not again. I think that's really cool. But films like that, like go support those kind of films. Even on a low budget, it's still from our perspective and it makes it good. That's what makes a film good.
It makes it real.
Why do you think Scorsese's Goodfellas was good? Is it because he's Italian?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. So anyway, let me finish what she says. She also says, I'm sorry, but Scorsese choosing to end on a shot of the Ilanchonka dances and drumming, it doesn't absolve the film from painting Native folks as helpless victims without agency. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we want to take away from this. I'm going to go on to what she says. Rip to Molly, Kyle, Anna, Minnie, Rita, her sisters, and all the other very real Osage folks who were unjustly murdered over greed. Tobacco down for the countless Osage folks today whose family histories have been marked by these atrocities. The pain is real and isn't limited to the film's 3.5 hours. And a massive fuck you to the real-life white Oklahomans who still carry and benefit from these blood-stained head rights.
They still own the head rights.
Oh, that makes me... I think that's the thing that most angers me most is they exist, those descendants.
Still, yeah.
And they feel that they have claim to it.
They earned it.
They earned it. That it was, God, it's annoying. So she ends with, all in all, after 100 years of the way Indigenous communities have been portrayed in this film, is it really the representation we needed? No. I agree with her.
Yeah.
I don't think it was. And FYI, we didn't become we didn't become American citizens, U.S. citizens until 1924. So it hasn't even been 100 years yet. And the Osage particularly didn't get ownership of their monies until the 30s.
Yeah, the guardianships were still
canceled,
clutching their money.
Yeah, because Native Americans we're incompetent. We're not smart enough to have monies. I saw from one of the descendants on the PBS station how one of the descendants of the murdered peoples, he was saying, wasn't about the money. We would have given it to them. Honestly, it's become like we've adopted money into our love language. Like that's how I know a lot of my elders, like that's just how they show their love. They give you monies.
Yeah, my grandpa would roll up $5 and give it to me.
Just 5? Cheap. Just kidding.
I know, that's what I said. Thanks a lot, Grandpa.
$5 could buy a lot back then, though. So it could buy you a whole meal at Taco Bell. Then
Buy
some.
me some bubble guts.
But yeah, I think that's the takeaway from it. I think we need more representation out there to tell our stories. It just sucks that when you know a non-native who has the money, it feels like you almost have no choice but to let them take over. But I think it's important to form those ally relationships. And when you form those relationships, you can come across somebody who truly cares about telling your story. It's possible. So, anyways, that's our little tidbit on Killers of the Flower Moon. I highly recommend reading the book. And there was really good research done by David Gran. And there is other books about the Osage murders. There's another good one called, I want to say Bloodline. And that's actually from the descendant of his murdered grandmother. And that's a good book. We're going to post those books on our website. Gabe, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, go to our website, haffbreedzpodcast.com. That's HAFFBREEDZPODCAST.com. Check us out there. Check us out on Instagram. Email us at haffbreedzpodcasts@gmail.com. Send us whatever stories, experiences, your thoughts on the movie, your thoughts on the book. Just email us and we can go over that and look at it, read it.
So the book I was talking about, I thought it was called Bloodline, but it's The Deaths of Sybil Bolton. That was written by the descendant of her during Reign of Terror. So we'll post that on our website as well as Killers of the Flower Moon. Just in case.
We do already have other books on there too.
Yeah. So check those out. If you want to support Indigenous authors, I would go with Deaths of Sybil Bolton. Just make sure you do your research on Indigenous writers, Indigenous authors, Indigenous filmmakers, screenplay writers. That's how you support us. That's how you support just Indigenous peoples in general. And I think you'll feel more rewarded when you hear it from their perspective. You'll learn to appreciate things more, even art. Don't go buying jewelry from these third-party companies.
Navajo jewelry made in Honduras.
Always look for the artists themselves. I know that it's not that hard either. You just go to any reservation. That's how they make their money. And support them that way. Buy fry breads. Buy mutton stew. Try it out.
Buy a sheep.
Buy a sheep. But that should conclude our episode for today. We hope it wasn't too much of a spoiler for you. It is part of history, so you should already know it. Just kidding.
Go read some books.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.